What's up, you guys, man? This is Love versus Reality Love podcast, man. I am back with another episode today. We are on episode 34. Check out episode 33 on the channel, man. Go check out Midnight Media Madness and everything. Go check out the whole channel, though, man. Appreciate you guys, all y'all love and support that y'all been giving. And we gonna get right into it, man. I got a couple of hot topics for us to discuss today. The first topic is, should you, male or female, be judged by your sexual performance? It's a good question. Like, should you be judged by your sexual performance in bed? Yes and no. Because to me, personally, sex is so important in relationships these days. Like, it's dang near the end all be all, man. It's like the creme de la creme. It's the apex of the relationship. And the problem with that type of thinking and logic is, in every relationship, you can ask, sex is going to fall off. It is. It's going to fall off. And then what's your foundation? It's going to be the question. Now, if you have a solid foundation outside of sex, you can keep your relationship, but the judging off, you got, it's one of those things. It depends on how much you locked in. Like, how did y'all meet? Did y'all meet on some one night stand type stuff? Did y'all meet and have sex immediately? Did y'all get to know each other? How did y'all meet? Because based off how y'all met and the parameters of that thing will probably determine what's up with your relationship. Like, you're going to be judged by your sexual performance. Of course, every woman wants to be pleased. Every man wants to be pleased. Do you leave when the sex is off, or do you try to fix it? Now, that's the next step in the next question, because I think you should try to fix it, especially if y'all. But it depends on how y'all vibing. If your first sexual experience is bad with a person, but y'all vibe outside of sex, then you should try and see if you can make that thing work outside of that. But if y'all don't have anything outside of sex, yeah, it's probably not going to work. More than likely not going to work. You probably won't get a second chance to redeem. That's probably going to be the last time y'all do that. It's a slippery slope, though, to judge off of sexual performance, because you got two different beings coming together and having sex, right? But also two different people. Certain people like certain things. And that's why, to me, sex should be talked about in relationships. It should be explained. It should be discussed beforehand. Now, because a person needs to know how you like it. The person needs to know what you don't like. Because what you don't do, go into a sexual experience and just do everything. That's retarded. Because everybody don't like everything. So you need to see what that person likes, see what that person needs, and go according to that. I think you should have a healthy dialogue about sex before getting into sexual acts. But that comes with maturity, though. Everybody don't reach that level. Like, to me, that's not the first date talk. That is after the first date. We've been talking a while, a couple dates pass up. Maybe like third or fourth date, kind of talk like, where you like, hey, what's your turn-ons, turn-offs? I think you ask that but I'm talking about the sexual connotation. You don't ask that stuff until you get comfortable with somebody. And to me, the more time you spend with somebody, the more that topic will probably be broached and brought up, and that's when you discuss it. And you discuss it like adults, man. Let somebody know, hey, look, I don't like this. I'm into that. I'm not into that. Or whatever. Because at the end of the day, y'all both want to get what y'all want. Y'all both want to get what y'all need. So y'all minds will collab on the thing. Because at the end of the day, if I'm going to be based off sexual performance, let me know the information and me and you just not click in that light. I'd rather that. Because the problem with just going in and just having sex is you don't know what somebody likes. You don't. You're going in on the fly. And I think sex should be a pleasurable experience for both parties, not just the one. It shouldn't just strictly be about the woman getting hers or the man getting his. It should be a joint decision, a joint thing. That's why you should know what each other likes before engaging in sex. To me, it's so stupid to engage in sex not knowing what somebody likes. You just doing standard and basic things. Then all of a sudden, that standard and basic crap gets boring on one side or the other. I've been in those type of relationships where it's gotten boring. I'm doing the same thing. I'm tired of doing this. You know, after a while, you get sick of doing the same moves. You're tired of doing the same position. You do. You get sick of it. And that's when the relationship starts to dry out. But that's when you have to lean on other things. Do you vibe outside of sex? That's why the conversation has to be had. It has to be had about sex. It does. It's a grown-up adult conversation. And it has to be had. Because we have a lot of people out here just having sex and catching these bodies on their ticket, on their jacket. And it wasn't even a pleasurable experience. But somebody got theirs. You know? That's the worst. That's why to me, you guys, you gotta communicate, man. Communication through that. Because sex can be amazing, mind-blowing. And then sex can be a job. You feel what I'm saying? It could be either or. Sex can be amazing or it could be a job. Now, it's all about what you don't want it to become a job. You feel what I'm saying? You don't want to feel like, all right, it's been a couple days. I'm going to give some. I'm going to get, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give her some or something like that or whatever. Or if you're a woman, you feel like, gotta go give him some. You know, you don't want to feel. It shouldn't be that. It should be a pleasurable, enjoyable experience. You should be able to. Another thing, add stuff to your repertoire. I'm telling you guys, the best thing you can do is add stuff to your repertoire. Get better at sex at all times. At all times. Always be, just because you want to keep that part of your relationship spicy. You want to keep that more exciting. You feel me? Because you are going to be judged off that sexual experience. I'm sorry. That's just how this world works. Everything's over-sexualized now. It's a different time. It's a different time now. You know, and you got to keep up. To be honest with you, as men, we got to keep up. You have to keep up. You cannot be out here just doing it. Nah, you can't afford to just do it. You can't no more. Because guess what? There's a guy that's going to do it better than you. And now you go out there searching. That's what you don't want her to do. You don't want her to go search. You just don't. And so, yes, you will be judged on sexual performance. But you also need to make sure the communication side is open in that relationship so that you can talk about these things. Communicate with each other about your likes and dislikes when it comes to sex. Let each other know, give each other progress reports. Like, okay, listen, I think, after a while, because after a while you can be like, listen, it's been good. I think it can be better. We can work on da-da-da-da. Just have an open dialogue, man. Don't let your pride or ego get involved in it, man. Don't let your pride or ego get involved. Just have a conversation. With her. Or with him. Whichever. I'm saying, like, as far as the female talking to the male. and the male talking to the female. Have that open conversation, open dialogue, okay? Very important. Sex is very important in a relationship. It is. It is. And I start realizing that, like, being in, going through this time period where I'm in a holding pattern. I'm in the portal. When you're in the portal, you got time to think, you got time to reflect, you got time to get more emotionally intelligent, as well as just being smarter, understanding better ways to communicate, really getting to know you and your likes and dislikes. So during this holding pattern I'm in, when I'm in the portal right now, I'm learning these things about myself. So my next relationship is going to be way better. It's going to be way better. Open dialogue. And ego is going to be gone. Ego got to get taken up out of that. I shouldn't have to have an ego with my girl. You feel me? I shouldn't have to swell up. Nah, let's talk. Let's talk. That just comes with a maturity level. I wasn't always like this. I wasn't. Very immature. But the older I get, the more I'm starting to understand it's more about we and not me. Once you get that in your mind state, you'll be good. It's more about we than me. It's about the team. It's not about me. Start being a team player. Come on. Instead of having just selfish things, And that's for both sides, women too. It ain't all about you. It's about the team. We. Come on.